It is made from hops. They found that when they discarded hops, that the bees would get on it and would consume some of the juices because of sweetness, and that those bees showed a resistance to bromeliads. And to give you an example of how the industry is geared to giving you a silver bullet fix, you know the University of West Virginia has a mite treatment out using wintergreen oil that was come up in 1996, but you don't hear anything about it. Because it's something that you can do yourself. Unfortunately, we're geared to a chemical society, and so they want you to put the chemicals on there. Believe it or not, the use of 4.9 bees have shown that it works. There was a study done in Georgia a few years ago, published in Bee Culture, and the study said they couldn't tell much difference. But the same author, a few years later in '09, come and wrote another article talking about beeswax, how much chemicals are in beeswax. And so they needed a baseline to get off of, so they had to go, she went to thinking, well, if I went to South America, to Brazil, I could get enough wax down there that has no chemicals because they don't treat their bees for mites in South America. Do you know why? They're 4.9. They're the natural size bees. Bees have been artificially enlarged as far back as 1893. It worked real good for 93 years here in this country. Till we got the tracheal mites, which is a bug, another bug that gets in the bee's throat and chokes them. And then we had the bromeliads. So those two problems, by enlarging the bee, we didn't get more muscle mass, we just stretched it. And that's one of the reasons why Africanized bees can take over a European area of bees, because they can get to the queen faster. Because it's like you stretch this, on an airplane, you stretch the skin to make a bomber. You may have the same size engines, may have multiple engines, but that jet, because he's smaller, less wind drag, will go faster and get to the queen, just like a 4.9 bee or an Africanized bee would. So it's learning management techniques. And this 4.9, some people said, oh, it's just a fad. Well, if it was a fad, it would fade. But now you see every major beekeeping catalog company carrying 4.9 wax because it works. But back to the story about going to South America. They went down there to get that wax, and but unfortunately they had some other chemicals in it, so they couldn't use it. But they don't treat their bees because of 4.9. Lace-wing virus is a virus that is caused from, unfortunately, the bromeliads. You may see this where the colony begins to really decline. And you'll see bees crawling around in front of the hive. The wings will be disjointed and kind of ropey, stringy-looking wings. They will be disfigured, and there's really no treatment for this at this time that I'm aware of, other than something we're trying. If anybody, whether you're big cell, small cell, it doesn't matter to me. If you've got lace-wing virus, give me a call and we will send you something so we can get some trial bases out there for it. It's a all-natural oil mixture, and that you mix into a 1 gallon of sugar water, feed to your bees, and we have brought the bees back from collapse on that. It's really amazing that nature has put the answers out there. And everything we use on our bees is something that worked in nature. But if you want to go the chemical route, that's fine. There's no problem with that. And it's nothing to get upset about it. That's the way you want to go. Small hive beetles, you will find these. Small hive beetles is a little bitty black bug. At various times of the year, we'll see different sizes because they're a pollen beetle. They figured out a long time ago it's easier to steal pollen than it was to gather it. So they will go to hives. They say they can smell a hive. that may be in decline, not as many bees for whatever reason, and they will go in the hive. Matter of fact, over in Cheatham County, they had such a high beetle infestation a couple of years ago that it looks like a swarm of bees coming in front of the hives. They put a oil trap, a Freeman oil trap on there, and within a week, they had over 600 hive beetles in that one hive trying to come in. It's really something else. But, and when you open your hive, this is one of the reasons why I encourage you to get a system down. If you use a spring bottom board, that light pushes the beetles up to the top of the hive. They want to get away from the light. So if you take and learn a system, if you notice, if you keep all your frames pushed to the front, now we have a little trail right there, a little track. And they're going to be trying to get away from the bees. So when you open that hive up, you have that hive tool ready. You take that inner cover lid, right through there, kill all them hive beetles. You'd be surprised how many you can kill. One female can lay 200 eggs a day. And you get 10 hive beetles, that's 2,000 eggs a day. A week, 14,000 eggs. So you see how quickly they can take over a colony. So it's best to stay on top of the hive beetles. You will find that they will deposit their eggs in crevices of the hive. There'll be little masses of little white eggs. And that beetle will even, you'll see it, as it matures, it starts out as a little reddish in color. And then as it matures, it becomes bigger, and it becomes blacker. At different times of year, it will be smaller than others because of the amount of pollen available for it. The larvae will tunnel through the comb, kind of much like a wax moth. And if you come into a situation, you've got a frame that has already been slimed, they will actually slime it. Actually, it's fermentation. The honey starts fermenting. They crawl through the honey, defecate in it, ferments, and starts to get the real slime. You can pull it out. Take that frame, set it on the ant hill, fire ant hill. Y'all have them down here, don't you?
Yes.
They will eat it up, but will not touch the wax. They don't like wax. Wax moths, the only thing that I'm aware of that eats wax. And able to digest it. We can eat wax, but it passes through our body. We're not able to digest it, but it sure is good. But put that on a fire ant hill, and you can save that instead of throwing that frame away. And let's see. And the treatment for hive beetles, I think is a pretty good one. It's the use of a bitter beetle blaster. It's a disposable trap. If you buy one, they're roughly about $2.50. Or if you buy 100 of them, they're 99 cents. Last time I bought any, a couple of cases. But or you can use a AJ beetle eater. If you use an AJ, this is like almost $5. The downside of using one of these is, you go to pull it up, it's going to come apart on you. So, because it's a two-piece system. So if you use one of these, or if you have these, get you some bread ties. Tie each end so that when you pull it up, it will not come apart on you. Because if you use oil, and you're not using olive oil, if your bees are Italian, they will not like it. So, and you pull it up and you spill that oil, it gets all over the hive, it's a mess. So what we found that lime does, a 1/4 inch of lime, hydrated lime. If you only have a few hives, you can go to the store and get pickling lime, put a 1/4 inch in the bottom. And what that does, the way this trap is designed, the bees chase them, and it's real thin right there, so they really don't have a lot to grab hold of. Whereas this trap, they have a whole lot to grab hold of. They will follow through and get into the lime dust. This is a Beetle Gel Junior. It snaps to the frame, just like that. It's rechargeable because the lid will come open. I think they're around $2, something like that. And it's a very effective trap. And you can empty it. We use lime dust. If you use these types, they're supposed to be disposable. But like you heard earlier, beekeepers tend to be a little bit on the thrifty side, or even to the point of being cheap. So we take and recycle them. We take and turn them upside down, and tap them like that. And all that beetles will come out. If you want to know what they look like, here's some you can pass around, and here's a little vial. This is what they look like when they're in the trap after the lime dust has been in there. This is what they look like. It's a little black bug. The best thing to do on all these things that I'm talking about is go to Google Images. And if you want to know what small hive beetle looks like, type in small hive beetle. And they'll pull up all kinds of pictures off of Google Images. If you want to know what varroa mites look like, or American foul brood, go to Google Images and type it up. But when you're using this is another little trick a young beekeeper taught me. I used to go out there and sit there at the hive, take a bite of the lime dust, and take my little measuring cup there and put it in there and just set it in. And so I was out there at this hive one day. He had one done like this. I said, "What's that?" He said, "It's painter's tape." So what he does, he sits in the house, watches TV, charges a bunch of them up, puts painter's tape over it. Now when you get to the yard, you've got a bucket of those, you just pull this off, slap it in the hive. And so you don't have all that time wasted in having the hive open. And if you're out there late summer and all of a sudden you forgot, you don't keep these frames covered as you're working them in the late fall, they start robbing. Anybody know how to stop them? If it's your bees and it's coming from your yard, all you have to do is go over to each hive, pull the hive lid off, the inner cover, and guess what? It's put every bee hive in that yard is vulnerable to robin. So what are they going to do? Within 15 minutes, you'll see the robin stop at that colony, and they'll come back to here. So they will come back to guard their hive to make sure they're not going to be robbed. So it's a neat way of stopping robbing. And it sounds crazy, but it does work. That's the thing about interaction with older beekeepers. They can teach you a lot. Joe Sides, he won't tell you nothing. He won't get up here and yak like I do. But that man's got knowledge. My granddad, he was a very quiet man. He wouldn't say much, but you asked him something. Same with Joe. You ask him something, and he will tell you. He will give you an answer. Or he'll say, "Well, let's look at it. Let's see how this works. What do you see?" You'd be surprised what you see, but your mind don't put it together. Go out there, spend some time with those bees. Watch your bees. The bees will tell you things are going good. If it's coming in that hive, bringing pollen, things are rocking along. You've got a good colony. It's going well for you. If they're putting fur comb on the sides of the walls, you get behind. You need to put them some more rain. So by understanding and watching your bees will help you. With the hive beetles, believe it or not, that little trap that we're passing around, it gives you quick, immediate relief. Very effective. But like anything else, you need to learn to know how to use it and where to place it. What we do is place our hive, and when we place them, remember, beetles are going to be